And welcome everyone to an America East Chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Phil Martelli Jr., head coach at Bryant University. And Phil, you're coming off the first ever Bryant win over Vermont. This is after by 20, after Vermont just won at Lowell. You're 2-0 in the America East. That's not as big a surprise, I think, as much as the fact that you were 2-0 after what happened at Grand Canyon. Like, how do you explain the last couple of weeks?
Grand Canyon was a tough one. I mean, they were very, very, very good. I do think, they played their best half of the year as we played our worst half of the year. To be honest with you, I think it was one of the best things that happened to us, or we may look back and say it was one of the best things that happened to us because it kind of got us refocused.
Look, what did you see on that second day? And maybe you guys may experience this season or have already in your tenure there. When you're playing a team, second leg of a road swing after they've had a good win, or maybe you've experienced this too. Just what's that dynamic like?
Well, it didn't really change our preparation. The quick turnarounds are what they are, right? For the most part, we're all facing them. I think for the quick turnarounds, you got to learn about your team, figure out what you can do. We did it early in the year. We played Brown on a Friday night at 6 o'clock, and then played a non D1 on a Sunday at 2 o'clock to kind of get that feel for what we're doing. We did the same with playing St. Bonaventure, and then we had a day in between, played Tennessee State, and actually played 3 games in 4 days. I think you need to figure out how does your team respond. For us, this one, it didn't change our preparation. There were a few things we saw in that game that, okay, we knew, all right, Vermont's going to try, did this against Lowell. We'll probably try to do it against us. But, on that side, you're just trying to figure out, how do you get your team back, get their legs and their energy back full throttle on that Saturday.
How has this team meshed so well where you've got, whether it's Timberlake who's back or various levels of D1, in addition to traditional newcomers? Like, how did this thing come together so quickly?
Well, it starts with the returners. I think that's a big deal, having the right group of returning guys, and we have that. I mean, Earl's as much of a team guy. Win, don't worry about my own stats. Win, just win. Guys I've been around. Raphael been the same way. When he decided to come back, since that day, he has been relentless as a worker. And obviously was out for a couple of weeks with the groin injury, but he's been relentless with his growth maturity wise from when he got here to now is off the charts. One of the biggest jumps I've ever seen, with his work ethic and with how he handles his business and goes about it. But all those other guys, Kayvon Kramer, Keyshawn Mitchell, Aaron Davis, Josh Ozabor, all those returning guys, Connor Withers, they embraced these new guys and showed them the ropes of like, look, this is how we do things, but like we want you part of this. This is what we're trying to do, and we want to do something special. So a lot of people talk about that and they say, oh yeah, we want, but they don't really mean it. Like these guys wanted to play with good players. So when you have a chance to get Barry Evans, they're like, yo, we need to get him. And they did everything they could to make sure that Barry felt welcome here to be part of this. And then you bring in guys that for us, we were really focused on obviously talent for sure. We're all looking for talent, but we wanted to make sure we found the right character. And there was a couple guys we passed up on the portal that are playing well where they are, but the reports just weren't, they didn't sound like our kind of guys. And we wanted to make sure that we were getting the right kinds of guys that could kind of blend into that, be part of this, but they've all been bought into like, look, I just want to win. I just want to, it's a lot of team first guys. And then there's an appreciation level from most of them coming from places where they didn't play as much as they thought they would or they wanted to. We've had multiple guys in this office come in and say, you guys helped me get my love of the game back. Earl said it to me last year. We've had Barry Evans say it too. We've had all these guys kind of come at different times, say like, yeah, I love this again. This is what I grew up doing and wanted to be part of. And now they are, and I think that appreciation gives them an extra kind of notch up in their level of play.
All right, so 2-0. You got road at University of Albany. You got Lowell coming in. How do you maintain this momentum?
By putting in the work every day. I mean, I've said it these last 2 games, like we've won those games based on our preparation. We were locked in, we prepared well, we practiced well. So it's got to be the same.
And what specifically is working that you have to mimic on the court?
Well, our defense has been very good. I mean, that's and we've been talking about that all year with this group. we've got to defend. On the offensive end, we got to share the ball, but we got to take care of it. And we've had, I said it in the press conference after the game the other day, like that's one of the things, when we take care of the ball, we're very good on offense. Even some of the games we haven't taken care of the ball, we've been very good on offense. So it's imperative that we do that.
All right. Well, you're off to a great start. Every game's big. I mean, obviously you're trying to compete for a championship. So appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Andy. It was great to see you.